Okay, now come to the next topic, that is topic 4.2, Italy unified. So like Germany, Italy had a long history of political fragmentation. As I have already told you that at that time during the 18th century map you have already seen that Italy was not like it is there in present world. Italy was divided into 7 states, and these all 7 states were ruled by different European powers. Only one state, that is of Sardinia, Piedmont, was ruled by an Italian dynastic ruler. So, how the unification of Italy took place? Germany, like Germany, Italy too had a long history of political fragmentation. Italians were scattered over several dynastic states as well as the multinational Habsburg Empire. So, the northern part of the Italy was under the control or was the colony of the Habsburg Empire of Austria, whereas the southern part of the Italy was ruled by the Bourbon dynasty of Spain. It was also the colony of the Bourbon dynasty of Spain, as well as other parts of the two Sicilies. They were also the colonies of the powerful rulers of Europe. During the middle of the 19th century, Italy was divided into 7 states, of which only one, Sardinia Piedmont, was ruled by an Italian princely house. So the middle state of Italy was the state which was only ruled by its native prince, that is the Prince of Italy only, of Sardinia Piedmont. Rest were the colonies. Rest part, or you can say rest of the states, small states, were under the control of the imperial power, or they have made it as their colonies. So different the other 6 states were ruled by their colonial empires, and so the different dynastic rulers were ruling them, and they were speaking different languages. Now the process of unification ultimately went into the hand of the Sardinia Piedmont, which was only ruled by its own native Prince of Italy, to unify these 7 states and make it a big nation. Because after 1848, Gassib Mazani, who was a liberal nationalist, after he and the other nationalists were curbed, now it was the duty of the monarchs to unify the process, to continue with the process of unification, and in Italy also this duty of unifying, or this responsibility of unifying the 7 states and making it into a powerful nation, that is Italy, was with Sardinia Piedmont, which was the native prince. Uh, Even the Italian language had not acquired one common form and still had many regional and local variations. So, because Italy was means broken into fragments, you can say the uh, the whole Italy was divided into small political fragments which were governed by their own dynastic rulers, especially the powerful empires of Europe. They have colonized them, so they were speaking different languages, and even Italy was not spoken in the same way, it was spoken with variations. During the 1830s, Giuseppe Mazzini had sought to put together a coherent program for a unitary Italian republic. He had also formed a secret society called Young Italy for the dismission of his goals. The failure of revolutionary uprising both in 1831 and 1848 meant that the mantle now fell on Sardinia Piedmont under its ruler King Victor Emmanuel II. So at that time, Sardinia Piedmont was ruled by a Italian King Victor Emmanuel II, and now it was his responsibility after the curve of the liberal nationalists to continue with the unification process of Italy. A unified Italy offered them the possibility of economic development and political dominance, and even the monarchs were also interested to unify the process, to continue with the process of unification and to form a big nation, because it will help them to eradicate, or you can say to first of all to eradicate the trade barriers, and also to win over many resources which will help in the building of the nation and uh, economic development. Chief Minister Kever. So the he was also like the case of Germany, in which William Kessler first was assisted by a very intelligent and diplomat chief minister, Otto von Bismarck, who ultimately led to the process of unification of Germany. In the same way, in it, the ruler, that is Victor Emmanuel, first Victor Emmanuel of Sardinia Piedmont was also assisted by a very diplomat and intelligent chief minister, that is Count Kever, who led the movement to unify the regions of Italy. He was neither a revolutionary nor a nationalist, but he was a very good in having diplomatic relations, because he was a very good spokesman, and he was having a very good knowledge of French. So means he was and at that time, mostly, as I have told you, that there was landed aristocracy in Europe, and French was a language of landed aristocracy, or the feudal lords, or of the royal people. So those who belong to the educated elite class, or who belong to the royal class, they were speaking French for the purpose of making ties or alliances with each other. So even though he was an Italian, but he was more proficient in speaking French language than Italian language, and through his ability of speaking French language, he made good diplomatic relations with the ruler of France, and through his help, he was able to defeat the Austria, Habsburg Empire of Austria, and thus he was able to conquer the northern part of Italy and merge it with its own territory. Um, Like many other wealthy and educated members of the Italian elite, he spoke French much better than he did Italian. Through a tactful diplomatic alliance with France, engineered by Cavour, Sardinia Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859. Apart from regular troops, a large number, but not only he was the one who not only the Count Kever was the one who did the unification of Italy, it was the Giuseppe Garibaldi also who led to the unification of Italy, and he along with other volunteers, made an army and rushed and started his uh, and uh, set out to conquer the southern part of Italy, which was ruled by the Bourbon dynasty of Spain. So, and when he was on the way of conquering the Bourbon dynasty of Spain, he was helped and supported by the common peasantry on the way, and with their help, uh, he was able to uh, succeed uh, the Spanish rulers, means he was able to defeat the Spanish ruler and drive out from his Italy. In 1861, Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed King of United Italy. However, much of the Italian population, among whom, so finally Italy was unified in 1861, and it became a big powerful nation, and Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed as the king of United Italy. Uh, but the common people who were illiterate and the peasants who supported Garibaldi in southern Italy had never heard of Italia. Means Italia is, you can say, an allergy. Allergy means, I have already told you that allegory means that when you want to make an abstract idea. Uh, make an abstract idea to come to be portrayed as a live figure of woman, then it is known as allegory. So Italia was an allegory in which Italy was portrayed as a motherland, but these common people, they thought that it was the wife of Victor Emmanuel. So this was this. So you can see the map of Italy. Italian states before unification, it was divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can see 7 states. Total 7 states are there in 1858, and then after 1858, Italy, after unification, it became a big nation. Okay.